It's become harder than ever to get ranked on Google, especially when you know you'll be competing with the likes of Amazon, Etsy, eBay, and if you're a furniture store, good luck competing with IKEA and Wayfair. And to add insult to injury, 97% of websites get zero traffic from Google. But it doesn't have to be difficult. Here's how I helped a new e-commerce site reach 10k per month, with SEO being a big part of the strategy. Hey, my name is Sakesh and I've spent well over 16,000 hours doing SEO, working on small and large businesses. And in today's video, I'll be revealing the 7 keys to success for your new e-commerce website. And by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to compete with the big boys. So key 1, basic category optimization. Make sure the root category page has a good variation of products. This will give you a greater chance to rank for a variety of keywords, but they all must still be relevant. This works very well on parent category pages. So in this example, we've got women's fleeces, and what you do is you'd have a variety. So you've got hooded fleece jacket, you've got super soft zip jumper, you've got a sport fleece. So they've added a variety of these fleeces. So they're going for a broad keyword, and within the products, it looks like they've done keyword research for individual ones. Next up, the product links must be canonical links. This sounds a bit complicated, but just bear with me and you'll understand exactly what I mean. A canonical link tells Google what the primary version of the page is. So for example, if you can see this little piece of HTML here, it says rel equals canonical href, and it gives the women's fleece page. And if you look at the URL of that page, it's the exact same link. And here's what I mean by this. So if you go onto a product and if you use the Easy SEO extension, you can see that the canonical link right here is the same as the URL link. So it's a self-referencing canonical, and that's basically what you want. Just make sure it's a self-referencing canonical, and you can see that simply by using this SEO extension. And you can see the collection pages link to the canonical. So here's a site that doesn't do this. They have a really big problem with their linking to their canonical. So this is their category or collection page. So if we click on one of their products, now if we take a look at the canonical, the current page is not the canonical. So as you can see, this says /product. This is the canonical, and the current URL is /collections. So it should be linking to the canonical. Your collection pages should be linking to the canonical page. Keyword placement. At least do the 80-20 principle to this. So, and if you watch my video, you'll already know what I'm talking about. And I'm simply talking about having your target keyword inside the meta title and inside the H1 tag. And if you want to see what that looks like, again, you can just use the Easy SEO extension. So as you can see, their keyword, you know they're going for non-alcoholic red wine. And you can see in the meta title, they've mentioned non-alcoholic red wine. And if you click on subheadings, the H1 non-alcoholic red wine. Very basic, very straightforward, but this will have the biggest impact when it comes to on-page SEO. The next basic optimization you're going to make is the introductory paragraph. So this is an opportunity to add more keywords, let the user and the search engines know this is the right page and is there to sell your user. So it would just be a very brief introductory paragraph, no more than 100 words. And if you want to add more information, place a read more link in there for the user to click. So for example, they've put an introductory paragraph here. They've mentioned red wine in there, non-alcoholic red wine. That's what they're going for, and they've gone ahead and even bolded it. And they've even mentioned other keywords like low alcoholic red wine, and I've gone ahead and they basically tried to sell the user a bit more on it. And when you click on read more, it'll go all the way to the bottom and it'll mention it in a H2 tag, as you can see, as well as add some more keywords and try to sell the user on it. So key 2, search for categories. You want as many category/collection pages as possible. Think of them as hooks in the water. You want as many hooks in the water as possible, because that's going to lead to more opportunities and more potential for ranking your business. So there are 2 simple ways to do it. So first of all, you can use your facets. So you can do keyword research when it comes to your facets. So as you can see here, this is a vacuum cleaner page, and they've got a bunch of vacuum cleaners. And then if you look on the left here, they've got different brands of vacuum cleaners. So they've got Shark, Dyson, Samsung, Tower, Vax. So you could create pages dedicated to each brand of vacuum cleaner. So if you look at the types of vacuum cleaner, so there's a vacuum cleaner stick. Has that got keyword search volume? So you've got handheld, so it's the search volume for handheld vacuum cleaners. I bet you there is. And that's a very easy way to find new collection pages just by looking at your filters. Another thing I'd highly recommend you do is experiment with keyword intent. So keyword intent changes, and Google tends to keep a combination of different types of pages in the SERPs. So for example, let's say you're a graphics card company and maybe you want to target a keyword best graphics card for mining. And if you look at the top results, well, guess what? They're mainly blog posts, and there's one Reddit there, but they are mainly blog posts. What's that telling us? It's telling us that a blog post would rank best. However, I would still recommend that you experiment with this. Try a collection page, see how that ranks. And if you want to see if there's possibly a collection page trying to rank for this keyword, you can just type in the search operator all in title, colon, so best graphics card for mining, and you're basically going to click on each of these results to see if there's a category page. So no, oh yes, there's one, but it's very bad, very crap, just one product here, and it doesn't look very optimized. You got this really pixelated image at the top. It doesn't look very good. So you can experiment with keywords with their search intent. So key 3, at least do the 80-20 principle of on-page SEO. Now I know I mentioned it in key 1, but I mention it here again to stress how important this is. You'd be quite surprised with how many business owners I've talked to, and I've gone ahead and done an audit of the site and they're missing this. So all you're going to do is place your keyword in the meta title and H1 tag, and make sure you've done your keyword research. If you don't know how to do keyword research for your product pages, check out this video. Key 4, do the basic technical SEO. Now personally, I recommend deep diving into the technical SEO because I am a technical SEO person. However, to keep this video from getting too long, I've gone ahead and put the basic stuff in there that are going to have the biggest impact. So first of all, make sure your page is indexable. So you'd be quite surprised with random pages not being indexable. So all you can do is go to your category pages, click on the Easy SEO extension and look at the indexability. So it's green and it says allowed. So guess what? It's indexable. Make sure you've got an XML sitemap. So make sure all the pages you want indexed are included in the XML sitemap. So this includes things like your products, categories, blog posts, your images, anything you want indexed. To see your sitemap, just click on the Easy SEO extension, scroll down, click on sitemap, and you'll be able to see your sitemaps here. So as you can see here, this is a sitemap specifically for the products. So let's paste that in, and we can see the different products in this sitemap. Then you're going to want to make sure you've got a robots file and make sure that robots file is actually optimized. This is important because it's going to make your website more efficient for Google to crawl, and they'll really appreciate it, because in the world of AI where people are constantly publishing pages, Google's having to crawl this and it's taken a lot of resources from them. So make sure the pages you don't want indexed, like the internal search results and fastest pages, are blocked in the robots file. So if you're on Shopify, they already do a pretty good job at this. So you're just going to use the SEO extension, click on robots.txt, and when you put user agent colon and then you put this star symbol, what that represents is all crawlers, all search engines, and they put disallow colon and have done /. So you know, anything that's /admin, it's not going to get crawled, it's not going to get indexed. They've done the same for the cart pages, so /cart, /orders, /checkouts. These are not going to get crawled, therefore it's saving Google time and resources. Check for keyword cannibalization. So keyword cannibalization is where two pages are competing for a keyword, and as a result, none of them end up ranking for that keyword the way they should. And one simple thing you can do is just check the menu to see if you think any pages look very similar. For example, this is red wine, this is white wine, this is rosé wine, this is sparkling wine. But what if there was another page dedicated to fizzy wine? So sparkling and fizzy, they're basically the same thing, so those pages may compete with each other. And the way to check if they're competing with each other is simply open up Google Search Console, go to pages, paste in those two URLs and see which one is getting more clicks for that keyword. If they're both getting a similar amount of clicks, well, guess what? There's probably keyword cannibalization involved, and you should merge the pages into one. You can also use the keyword tracker to see if the correct page is appearing for that keyword. As mentioned before, but I'm mentioning it again to stress how important this is, have a self-referencing canonical. Every page you want to rank should have a self-referencing canonical. A canonical tells the search engine what the primary version of the current page is. Make sure you've got the correct lang tag. So if you're in .co.uk domain, well, guess what? It makes sense for you to have a .co.uk lang tag. So for this one, it just gone ing n, which I guess is fine, but it's better if you had if it was more specific. So one of the things you'd be surprised by is some sites not having the correct lang tag. If it's just the n, then that's just fine. But if you've got a .com domain, then you may want to switch it to US. If you've got .co.uk, then it's probably best if you switch it to eng-gb. And obviously if you're in a different language, if you're in Spain, switch it to Spanish. Key 5, kill 3 birds with 1 stone by using best X for Y keywords. So this is a blogging strategy. So best X for Y keywords is basically the middle of the funnel. So they're not at the awareness stage, but they're not at the very bottom of the stage, but there's still buyer intent behind it, and it's not hyper competitive. These terms don't tend to be hyper competitive. So by targeting these keywords, guess what? You're going to get sales directly through these pages. Another reason why you'd want to target these keywords is to build your topical authority. So if you sell computer hardware and you're going for keywords like best graphics card for Fortnite, best CPU for Fortnite, guess what? You'll be propped up for those Fortnite terms. And that's essentially topical authority. And when you're competing with Amazon and sites like this, well, guess what? They'll be selling a lot more products, therefore having a lot more pages related to those products, and Google will see them more as an authority because they have more pages dedicated to that topic. And that's essentially what you're doing here. You're filling those gaps. And these provide internal linking opportunities. This is very important because internal links will give you a massive boost in rankings if you do them correctly, which moves us on to key 6, use the silo strategy. So this is internal linking done right. So link your products to their subcategories. Let's just say this product here, no, this is red wine. Well, do they link back to the red wine page? Non-alcoholic red wine collection, yes they do. So they link back. And do they link to the canonical page? Yes they do. So that's exactly what you want to do. Link your product pages to the subcategory pages. Then you're going to link the subcategories to the parent page. So for example, we've got red wine here. So click red wine. Well, guess what? It links to the non-alcoholic wine collection page, and the parent page links down to its child pages. So another example, rosé wine, alcohol-free wine. Click on that. Yep, it links back to its parent page. So subcategories link to its parent page. Key 7, and I always love doing this, gain an easy burst of internal links. So we're going to start with the top menu, link to categories and subcategories within the top menu. You should be doing that. That's very basic. Then you're going to link to your favorite collection pages, to the ones you really want to rank or the ones that are producing the most revenue. Link to them within the footer. This is my favorite because it's so easy to do. It takes like 5 minutes, not even that, and you'll automatically have lots of different links to these collection pages. So if you scroll down, as you can see, they're linking to the non-alcoholic wine page, the red wine, white wine, sparkling wine, etc. So you can pick 7 pages and link to them within the footer. Your home page is the most powerful page on your site. Typically when you get a link, they'll reference you via the home page. And all you're going to do is link to your collection pages like these guys have done here. They've linked to their jackets, their hoodies, their jeans. You can pass that power on via internal linking. And that's what these guys have done here. So they're linking to the red wine, to the white wine, to the sparkling or rosé wine via the home page. You can also use the blog sidebar. I like this one. It's a bit sneaky. So whenever you're on your blog category page or within an individual page, on the sidebar, just link to your most popular blog posts. Those popular blog posts could be your best X for Y pages, and within those best X for Y pages, you link to categories and products. Now, there were a handful of more things that I did, but these are the main things if you're trying to reach that 10K a month within a reasonable amount of time. And if you're looking to grow your e-commerce business, you're looking to hire a specialist or at least speak with one, I'd recommend a one-on-one consultation. Now, this is not a free consultation. I don't do free consults. These are paid consultations. It's an hour of my time, and basically you have a pre-questionnaire to fill out, and I'm going to review and do an in-depth audit of your site and basically give you that feedback and let you know what you need to know in order to grow. So you don't even need to hire me, and I'll still tell you what you need to do. And if you want a real deep dive and audit and plan, I'd recommend purchasing this. When I was working for agencies, we charged up to 3K for this audit. So make sure to select your best fit. And if you're not ready to take that step, I'd highly recommend checking out this case study. It's how we comfortably added another 90K to a furniture store for hyper competitive keywords.